Your name, sir?
I'm Honorable David Sokmu.
Last week, the 36 state governors met with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They deliberated on the issue of security, and they sold the idea of having a state police to the president. From the body language of the president and his response to the governors shows that the president has key into the process of having a state police, while the legislators are also working on their own part. What is your take on that, sir?
Yeah, actually, the issue of state police is long overdue in Nigeria. It really goes to show that the present system we are practicing that we call federal system has failed, because really we have not been practicing true federalism in Nigeria. A federation, a true federalism, is such that guarantees some kind of freedom to the states. So the states are supposed to have autonomy of sorts, operating at their different level and having some few responsibilities that are monitored at the federal level. But a situation whereby we have just one central police policing the entire country, over 200 million people, 36 states with the federal capital territory. I mean, it's something that we feel has given into inefficiency, troubles and problems in the country. There are so many cases of unresolved murder cases, or so many crimes that have gone without being dictated, and a host of other things. The Nigerian police is actually overstretched. So we need true federalism in the country. And one of the first steps of having true federalism is this issue of state police. Because the federal police can no longer police the entire country. They have their own problems. I don't want to go into a lot of problems that goes with the federal police for now. But we need the state police to complement the efforts of the federal government. Because first and foremost, the states are not far away from the people. They are closer to the people than the federal government that is at Abuja. Ordinarily, you don't expect everybody to even know Abuja throughout their lifetime. They're supposed to be having things to do at their state level. So by the extension, it means that we are supposed to have a state police made up of personnel who are drawn from that area. They know their terrain. They are conversant with everything in their terrain. By so doing, they also know people that are living in the different communities around, because you are taking personnel from those communities. So by the time you ask them to, by the time there is a crime, it will be very easy to get at the root of the crime, and those that committed the crime, and to smoke them out. But a situation whereby, as we are now apparently practicing, whereby we have the federal police, you have somebody brought in from a different state, maybe from the northern part of the country to the southern state, and there's a crime in that particular state, then you now ask the man to go into the interior or these are riverine areas and to go and look for a criminal. He may not be able to. He's not conversant with the area. He doesn't know anything that is happening there. So he may even pass a criminal on the road and he will not even know. But that is not the same case with when you have a state police, because the man is from that community, he's from that area, he's from that particular terrain. He knows who is capable of doing this and who is capable of not doing this. So it is easy for them to actually curb crime at the rate we are going now, particularly this issue of kidnapping and this issue of banditry. So you need a state police who would actually, all those, say the personnel of those state police can easily handle situations at their level of jurisdiction, of control. So state police is actually a welcome development, and it's long overdue for us to have in Nigeria. And by the time you say you are having state police, you will also be able to add financial resources along with it. So which then means that the federal government should be able to release some percentage of what they are collecting to the states and the local government level of government. So you don't just give them more responsibilities without financial kind of put any finance to back it up.
To back it up, yes.
So which then means that if you are granting state police, you should also reduce the percentage that goes to the federal government from the revenue allocation formula. So that exactly is what I believe. It has to be done if we are going to have an effective state police. Then thereafter we come to the fears that has been exercised by people.
That was the area I was trying to come to. Okay. Can go ahead.
Okay. The fears that has been exercised by people about state police. Yes, sometime in the 60s, 50s, we practiced true federalism in Nigeria. We had the federal police, we had the state police, we even had local government police as at that time. Unfortunately, it got to a point that the politicians were now politicizing the use of these bodies. Yes. That is by way of using them to hunt their
political opponents.
So that eventually was one of the problems that also gave birth to the Civil War as at that particular time. So maybe because of certain persons who are aware of all these developments at that time, they are now exercising fear that if you grant a state police, it will cause a lot of problems, and also with the way some of the state governors are behaving in their states presently, because they are also exercising autocratic powers. You can see what some of them are doing to state House of Assembly. It has become a rubber stamp in their states, so much so that at times they will even close down, seal off state assemblies, and make them to be meeting in government houses.
Yes.
So it has happened in several states. So because some people are exercising fears. Yes, I agree that those fears are there. But when we look at the problems we are going through presently in the country, the state of security, the federal police can no longer cope. So the issue of banditry, insurgency, herdsmen killings, armed robbery, and a host of others will continue. By the time we say we should still continue to depend on the federal police is overstretched. So we need the state police to complement it, to actually help in solving problems at their own level. You see, having state police does not mean that we are going to do away with federal police. Yes. There's federal police, there's state police.
Yes.
So they complement each other. But whatever is being done in the state mainly is controlled by the state police, and they can arrest and hand over
to the federal
police when it comes to breaching of federal laws.
Yes.
So that aspect is there. But if we say we want to have a state police that will be regulated, that will not be used by politicians,
yes,
those are areas we should be working on. First and foremost, we should establish a state police that has a commission.
Okay.
So it should have a commission just like we have in the present federal arrangement.
Yes.
Whereby you have a commission that is in charge of the police, you have a minister, you have a whole lot of structure,
yes,
the IGP and a host of others. At the state level, we should also put it in place that there's a commission, there's an IGP, there's a commissioner in charge of the police, and a host of others. Yes. All those things are going to be structured, yes, in that very angle. Yes. Then secondly, we should go beyond just having these structures in place. We should make the state police a career job. Making it a career job means that by the time they are being promoted from one rank to the other, it should be based on merit. It should be based on years of service. It should be based on factors that are objective. Yeah. Not a situation whereby we now retire people to go and bring somebody that you like from underneath, as is presently the situation even in the federal police, yes, and even in military in Nigeria. We don't need that kind of situation. The next person in command should take over from whoever is retiring, or whoever is being dropped for incompetence or some other things like that. The next person in command should take over. So by the time we do it in such a way that people who are appointed to oversee the state police, to oversee even the federal police, to oversee even in the military structure, are not are not subject to all these whims and caprices of maybe the head of state or the state government.
Yes.
Automatically, you would have created a kind of system in which the next person in command takes over. So you do not need to be a houseboy to the governor. You don't need to be a houseboy to the head of state in the case of the federal police. He does not need to be, he does not have to be a houseboy, with a military officer, to the president in the country. So that is the kind of arrangement we are talking about. That is, you make it a career job such that they are professionalized. They should be able to come up and tell the governor or tell the head of state or tell whoever at whatever level that this order you are passing is not a lawful command. We have been seeing this thing operating in most advanced democracies in the world. When you see maybe the head of state is trying to use the police to do jobs that are illegal.
Yes.
They stand up and tell them, this one is not a lawful job for us to do. It's an unlawful command, and we are not obeying that.
Yes.
So that kind of arrangement should be put in place in Nigeria. It's possible. So we should make the state police a career police force, not the kind of arrangement that we're having presently, whereby we have maybe civil defense, because some of them are going to look at it from the angle of civil defense as we're having presently, in which they are subject to the whims and caprices of the state governor.
No, vigilantes.
Yes. So we should go beyond that. We are talking of something that is beyond that. It has to be structured, it has to be professionalized, they have to be trained in the use of arms, they must have a commission and a host of others. So by the time we put all these things in place, they'll be able not only to overcome the problem of undue control from the state governor, but also to secure the state. So which means that is because that is the area that we actually want them more, the area of providing security, so that there be security, a tight security all over.
All over.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to raise some issues.
Yes.
Like, over time in Nigeria, governors have not been accountable for security votes.
Yes.
Now that we are now clamoring for a state police,
yes,
don't you think it's important for them now to be accountable to the people on the particular amount they use for security for the state? Because that alone is a coup against the people. That so much money has been put into security, the citizen does not even know how much it is, and the law says they are not accountable to the people. That alone seems to be a fraud. Yes. Don't you think that it's important to amend such law? The judiciary, an autonomy, the local government, their own autonomy, so that they can have free hands to operate, so that the state will not muzzle them against their rules of engagement.
Yes, actually, if you look at the issue of security vote, we have always seen it as a fraud.
Yes.
Because if you look at the history of how security vote came into a place in Nigeria, you find out that it was the military that actually brought it in. It wasn't there before military rule that there is a security vote, because you have the police, you have the DSS, you have the army, you have a lot of security agencies that are securing our government personnel, and moreover, all these government personnel themselves, they also there's a vote for each of these security outfits.
Yes.
From the constitution. So the issue of security vote came when the military started adopting a kind of a formula that they no longer trust themselves.
Yes. Yes.
So they were now saying, okay, that for us to be able to overcome coup plotting among our officers, so it's better for us not to be depending alone on information from the traditional channel. That instead, let us begin to give money to the military head of state as well as to the military governors for them to also be able to sort for information from other sources with funds at their disposal. That was how security vote eventually came. So they're not giving security votes to the governors, to the local government, even operatives, as well as the head of state. So with time, this money was now getting increased. I'm sure you know it has hit a lot of, a very huge amount presently. So the governors just see that as free money. They are not, they are not even using the security vote.
They don't.
So the issue of security vote should not be there at all. If we are talking of providing real security, spread this money across to the different security outfits.
It should be part of the budget.
Choose it to buy gadgets for them, to buy arms for them, to buy uniforms and a host of other things. Can you imagine that most of these our army personnel, police personnel, they use their money to buy uniforms?
I agree.
Meanwhile, there's security vote. Look at the issue of even security in the states. You are talking of a state where armed robbers are on the rampage, herdsmen are on the rampage, bandits are on the rampage, insurgency everywhere. Then the governor is collecting billions of naira at the end of the month without accounting for it and without using it to even buy security gadgets for those who are actually risking their lives. I mean to secure the place. So these are issues that ought to be completely done away with. If we're talking of the state police, we should forget about security vote. Push the money to the respective security agencies and outfits and let them work. So that's the position. So that's my take on it. Because the issue of security vote is a scam. That's the way I look at it. And if you look at it, the state governors are even using it to destabilize the country and destabilize their own states by way of using it to buy votes, by way of using it to curry favor from some people, causing confusion in some other areas, and using it to sponsor some kind of rebellion in certain outfits and a host of others. So they are putting all the security vote into wrong use. So that money should be put into the security outfits as votes, as part of their allocation or their yearly allocation. So that is my own take on the issue of security vote.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Thanks for talking to Nigerians.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So can we know your name?
My name is Zachary Mamoto.
Okay. The federal government has given the power to states to create different police units. That's now state police. In your own mind, how do you look at it? Is it a good thing? Will you be able to help us to stop this high crime rate?
Well, to me, it's a very good thing for federal government to create a state police, because the state police, now we know that we have vigilante, our local policing, which is the vigilante, that they are not the state police now. But because of the vigilante now, many crimes rates have dropped. So there's no more crime, unlike before that we don't have those people on ground. But if federal government creates state police, as we all know, it will reduce the crime rate in the state.
Are you supporting that they should create state police to go ahead?
To me, I would say let state police go ahead.
Okay. Whether they use it to oppress people or not?
Yes.
Don't you think that the state government will also use it to oppress their political opponents?
Well, actually, everything has the advantage and disadvantage.
Yes.
Let us not conclude now, because now in this country we all need security. Because if we say now we don't need state policing, the crime rates in this state now, in the country will increase. Because these boys that are now trying to help in terms of security level, if they now drop them and said no, we don't want these boys again, and they drop them to go to the street, the crime that we have in this country is something else. So to me, I support for them to create a state policy in the country.
Thank you so much. Good evening, sir. Please, sir, can we know you?
I am Adam.
Okay, sir.
I'm an ex-soldier.
Okay, ex-soldier, sir. Okay. Recently, the federal government decided to give different states the creation of state police. Is it, how do you see it, sir?
Well, we cannot say we don't have problems. It was this state police that caused problems that later on resulted to coup, 1956 coup. When Awolowo and Akintola wanted to use the state police, and Akintola wanted to use the state police, there's trouble several times. That prompted Awolowo to plan coup. The coup that failed. And he was jailed himself and he now and that was the state police don't think there's any reason for state police, because every wise Nigerian found out that the policemen are the people behind the crime. Whether federal police, whatever police that is cool, without those people, crime cannot succeed. Whether you create state police, you create local government. When I was young, there was NA police, there was later local government police. It was the war that caused the abolition of state police and local government police. Let me say federal government, I don't think we have anything like federal government where somebody can be working with fake certificate. If you have primary 6, tender your primary 6 genuinely, whatever you are doing is genuine. But if you even have secondary school and you tender straight primary 6, you can't call that a government.
Okay, sir. But like the issue of vigilante and others already joining the police force, do you see subscribe to that?
Yes, but I've told you that the police, whether you call it Nigerian police or whatever police is, provided within this Nigerian code, they are able to beating crime. The police prevented kidnapping, and the people want to fight crime. But whether if you even watch the vigilantes in Benin, you just don't stop the crime. They are the actual criminals. I told some of them to parallel them. That's what. They started finding a way to survive, a way to conquer crime. How do you expect a civilian to get to the place of the country if there's no force man behind him?
Okay, sir. What do you advise the federal government to do instead of the state police?
The federal government does not take anybody's advice. The people are calling federal government. I know they don't take people's advice, so they need to advise them. See, one day they will surprise the God of the revolution. That revolution that happened like this. But you go down and say not going to anywhere. Buhari said if the other way, he will not allow him to move. He invented Boko Haram. He was there, they said the sponsors of Boko Haram, how many have they mentioned their name?
Good evening, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Please, can we know your name?
My name is Comrade Ali Mohammed.
Okay. The federal government is mooting for, I think they want to start state police. Different states will conquer their own police. How you look at it? Is it a good thing?
Totally, it's not a good thing. You cannot favor the common man. You understand? When I heard that motion 2 days ago, when the whole the governors meeting in Abuja, they raised that issue. They tried to send the issue to the National Assembly to implement a law. Totally, we are against that one because state police. If they accept state police, it means they will favor the governors and the politicians. You cannot favor the common man. You understand? Don't know, even by now, do not create state police. See how we are suffering. We are seeing some lawful issues. They will just arrest and somebody from nowhere else. They will just make call. They will release them. To close of the create state police. It means even common local government chairman get right to control them. You understand? So we are not support that. We are not supporting 100 over 100. Let this country remain like this. You understand? May they remain under Nigerian police force. For example, even some vigilantes when they see so, you understand? They will just create them. When they create them, they will give them gun. They will begin to shoot anyhow. Talk less of Nigerian police, state police. Common vigilante, they shoot anyhow. Talk less of this one, they look like say they don't implement it into law. There is no power when you go shot them. For example, even army, after they spend 9 months in their depot, they send them to their various areas, various units. Before they will start the duty, they will give them good regimentation inside their barrack before outside duty. How comes they will just go create? How come they will just go create? They will go create Nigerian state police, which we will not support 100 over 100. Thank you very much.
Okay, what about looking at the area of the police, federal police? They are not able to match the number of Nigerians. We have more than 200 million Nigerians. And now the police we have is going to go up to 500,000. But I think the creation of police say it will help us fight that crime rate.
For me and some good Nigerians, my own advice is that let the Nigeria Police Commission and the Nigeria Police Force and even the Commander-in-Chief of Nigeria to make sure that they recruit more police. They recruit more police in this country. But to create state police, we not support that.
You not think say even the state governors fit use am to deal with their political opponents?
That one is
like the issue of vigilante in Edo State is a case study.
Honestly,
Subsequent election hold on hold, you see the part where vigilante play. So wetin be your take on that level, on that side?
I think three weeks ago, I saw there is some issues when I saw. It's a vision. You see them, they carry heroes, they come. Common Congress, no be saying a general election. Common Congress, you see how they mobilize vigilante to close of the general election. So honestly, we are not support that, and they advise the National Assembly. No, they try. They made them not even try to raise that issue. You understand? Let they give the relevant authority to create more police, to recruit more police, than to create state police. We are not support that.
Thank you very much.
Please, your name?
My name is Mary.
Okay, Mary. Mary what?
Mary Obasoke.
Mary Obasoke. The federal government they want to establish state police, make different states they get their police. How you look at?
It's a good idea. Yes. A good idea because you see, for the Edo State, they just like they just only have vigilante. And see, the normal way the vigilante usually work is at night. So sometimes when the vigilante will go somewhere, they will tell them that you see, it's nice you are supposed to do your work. But you see, when there is police can work even daytime and at night. So it will be a good idea if we have our own police here.
Okay, you think say if different states get their police, say crime go reduce?
Yes, it will. It will in a very good way too. That is yes, it work in a very good way because you see, like those vigilantes, they work at night. They like when you feel like you leave your shop, they do security guard at night. But if you have police, yeah, those people that need to obey traffic rule, they will reduce it. When they feel that there is someone to hold them when they do something wrong. Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right, sir.
God bless you. We don't see now say the creation of state police, some support them, some not support them. But so many questions where they the lip of everybody be say, if they create state police, if they don't prepare this state police where they create so, they don't go on strike. The governor who be the chief executive and commander-in-chief of different states, na the police na in hand 19. We no go use am against the political opponents, the friends and family of governor, and those who be rich people. They no go use am to oppress the common man. So many questions. They no go gang up, begin dey divide the country. So many questions. We still dey ask questions. The question we still dey talk be say, if they create state police, na state go dey pay, and we know say states, different states that they sabi owe salary well. This one no go lead to so many gbege. For Nigeria Watch News, Jolly Uwa Ode reporting.